still need to work on this intro. Welcome to the podcast, Ella.
Hi, welcome. Or thank you for welcoming me, basically.
Yes. I know you since half a year. I met you in Matan's birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were quite energetic there.
Oh, yeah, that might be.
That was a very beautiful day.
Yeah, and there was sun, so the energy is gone now.
Yes. The sun is gone, the energy is gone.
Mm.
But the snow today is nice. Whatever, if you can call it snow.
Yeah, in a city it always gets to like mud, and yeah, it becomes some gray dirt.
Yes.
But okay.
Gray and salt. They spread a lot of salt here in Berlin.
Oh, true, yeah. So no one is slipping on the pavement and so on.
Exactly. And if you lick the pavement, it's a bit salty.
Yes.
So
please don't lick the pavement. No, please don't.
Lick it, especially if you're munching.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, and in this birthday, I remember you played music with a friend of yours. I forgot her name, but she had curly hair, right?
Caitlin, yeah.
Caitlin, yes.
Caitlin with curly hair.
And both of you played.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember if I accompanied you with the cajon or both of you.
I guess both of us.
Yeah, and it was a really nice experience to play with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, and I also heard the music that you published on Spotify.
Yeah.
The black background singles. There are 4 of them?
6, actually.
6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they're beautiful songs.
Thank you.
They're beautiful sounding songs. And I think also you did it with Matan.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why it sounds so big and full.
Yeah, it was really also a journey. Like you can really hear a difference between the first one where I actually started working with him. I started working with someone else, but during that first song, I was asking Matan to be the producer and then changed. And then you can really hear, like with the second song, it's already a bit different. And then the third song, you could really hear it. Now we found our way to work together. And then, 4, 5, 6 is just, was just really good. Nice to work with him.
What it's like to work with him.
We both learned so much together. That was good. He's super reliable. He always made sure that I feel comfortable and was understanding and very professional. And always made sure that I'm happy. Yeah, I recommend to work with Matan Goldstein.
Yeah, Matan Goldstein, legend. No matter where you are, you can come to Berlin and work with him.
Yes.
Yeah, I recorded with him 2 songs. One of them is my song, and another one is a song a friend of mine. She wrote a song about a breakup, and somehow it started acoustic, but then we made it as a rock song.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and the way Matan plays the drums there, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, man.
When he feels it, it's just great. Yes.
Yeah.
I just realized I never listened to your music.
No, it's not out there yet.
Ah, that's why.
Yeah,
okay.
I keep it. I want to make something really, really good, and then like a bomb, drop it.
Nice. Okay. What is it going to be? Is it an EP or album or
A full album.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Son of a Pigeon. This is my character. Also the podcast, that's why it's called Son of a Pigeon.
I understand the intro now. Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, this and then the character we'll use in the music will be also Son of a Pigeon.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be on the character.
Okay. There is a wig.
There is a wig, a curly wig.
It looks like Tingle Tangle Bob.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the English character name as well. In German, we call it Tingle Tangle Bob.
No, I don't know it.
From The Simpsons.
Oh, The Simpsons.
Yes.
Who is it with the afro?
The one that wants to kill Bart. Die, Bart, die.
Oh, the clown.
The clown.
Oh, yes. Oh, he's evil clown.
Yes.
He's really evil.
You really look like Tingle Tangle Bob with that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's a good compliment. Yeah, Son of a Pigeon.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how it will turn up to be.
What kind of music is it?
That's the hardest question to answer.
Oh yeah, so true. If it's your own music, like how should you describe it?
Maybe others can describe it better, but it's really mixture of genres.
Okay.
Yeah, there is some funk, there is some oriental, there is some rock, some elements of metal, some acoustic songs, some ballads. Some are fast, some are very slow.
Nice.
I try to make it dynamic as possible. I'm very inspired. I'm very much inspired by those albums that every song feels different. And when you hear them for the first time, you don't really know what's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And they manage to surprise you in so many ways.
Nice.
And yeah,
Okay.
the idea is to grab the attention of the listener every second.
Okay. I'm looking forward to that.
It's almost complete. I left with vocals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the problem, huh?
Well, if you need someone to add some pizzazz to your vocals, here I am.
Hell yes. How was your vocal recordings? You're a really good singer, and I wonder, I mean, it sounds really good. I don't know what happened in the background, what we don't see from the work, but how was the recording sessions for you and your voice? Were you comfortable with them? Were they fast? Did you had some challenges?
So as a singer, at some point you have to get used to listen to your own voice, especially if you want to get better, you have to listen to your own recordings. And I remember the first song also when I started working with someone else, that while recording, it wasn't really, oh, here's some ASMR going on, some fruits are eaten. That's not me. Yeah, so I remember that I was kind of blocked, especially since I was supposed to do some exercise that were supposed to help me, but it did exactly the opposite, and I didn't feel it anymore.
What kind of exercises?
Like what to do with your throat and so on. I mean, I know some stuff, like you should yawn and so on to like loosen your muscles and stuff, and also something for the voice. Like what I like to do is having some water and then do the and that's really good because then you really moisture your throat.
When you gurgle the water and
Yeah, I do it now.
With coffee, people, it's not water. And it's still boiling.
Yes.
Tough woman.
So some exercises are really good, but I was recording with a person that wanted to make me feel really comfortable, but unfortunately achieved the opposite. And and then it was not that good. And when I now listen to that, I'm kind of like, oh, I hate my voice. And then people say, yes, because everyone hates their own voice. But no, it's not what it is. I know how to work with my voice now. Like I got so much better than doing vocals without being super prepared or whatever. And then also, while playing guitar, which was also very hard for me. And I was very happy to, while recording, that I could focus on one or the other. But I definitely got better while recording. I'm really happy that I did this journey because I learned so much from it and also got very confident about how to use my vocals and to function basically as well as a musician. I can call myself a musician now. I have music on Spotify. Whoa, that's nice.
From this, I would assume that the vocals were pretty easy for the singles that you released, or pretty smooth.
Yeah, not in the beginning, but then definitely more and more. Unless there was something where I was, the last song I struggled a bit, but then I had a new approach and a new idea, and then that was really cool. I was suddenly very excited, and then Matan had an idea with that, and we kind of like, it was kind of like a ping pong game and got better and better, and now I'm super happy with it. Definitely easier than in the beginning. I struggled a lot with playing the guitar. That was very hard for me, but that got also better. But
How long are you playing the guitar?
So at some point I got kind of annoyed by being depending on other people to play the guitar, or I was singing in bands and so on. I was playing with a guitar player, Ella and Nick, for a very long time, and then I think 2018 or no, 16 maybe, I started to grab a guitar and tried to teach myself some chords, and then it took me a while until I was like, I should really learn how to do this, and had some teachers every now and then some breaks. But it's kind of like an on and off. I can't really say, I learned guitar now, or I started learning guitar 5 years ago, because it's been some breaks and so on. And yeah. And it's also a bit weird. I mean, I'm 32, so I started very late. And usually all the musicians that I know, they started latest with 16 or something. So yeah, of course I'm a bit nervous because of this, or was definitely. I'm better now most of the times. But vocals are definitely my main instrument, so that is definitely more smooth for me.
And how long are you doing the vocals for?
I started singing in bands when I was 17, which is 15 years ago. Yeah.
And before that, were you singing?
Just by myself. Not really. And also I never had lessons really.
Never.
No, just what you learn when you do like class and music or whatever. Then what you can pick up or when
From other singers.
Yeah, but not that much from other singers, more like so it was part of a music theater, for example, and there we learned some stuff as well, but it was never really having singing classes like that.
Interesting. Everyone's path to find their own voice is so different and unique.
Yeah. How is it for you?
For me, it's very interesting. I think at age of 14 or 15, I recorded myself. You know the song Wicked Game?
Mm-hmm.
You know the cover that the band Him did?
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to record my voice to this because I have naturally low voice. And the singer also has a beautiful low voice. Vila Valu, I think his name is.
Yeah.
He's an incredible singer. And I recorded myself and I played it and I was so horrified. I just stopped it in the middle.
Oh.
I think I went to cover underneath the blanket or something. I was scared of my voice. It sounded bad. And since then, it's like I've been traumatized.
Yeah, I understand. You have to get back on the horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But somewhere around the age of 19 or 20, I kind of did some vocal lessons with a very talented singer. And she was, I don't know about teaching, but she was a very good singer. So then I had a little bit of sense, but not really. But there is something about the vocals. I always was annoyed, like you, that no one can really play the guitar for you like you want. I was annoyed no one can sing the songs like I want.
I see. Yeah, I understand.
But I could not do it myself. But somehow it kept on boiling and boiling and boiling. And I started to practice myself and I just put myself out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I started to make some concerts, me playing. It was horrible. It was maybe 4 years ago. And yeah, also went to another vocal teacher here and she was not so good. The way she sang was too soft for me. So I got recommended by her, but also all we did was just those exercises.
Okay.
And I don't really understood why I'm doing those exercises.
I see.
She did not taught me that. But somehow I kept on grinding. I kept on singing and just to do it, I think just doing something got a lot of value. And the breakthrough came from a really good friend of mine from Israel. Her name is Tehona, and she's an amazing singer. And she's an amazing violin player as well. And yeah, once in a while we catch up with each other. And there was a song that I recorded for Kiremiko, for Federico.
Ah, yeah, nice.
And we did it in a bridge in Schönhauser Allee. And then she heard that. It was mostly rap, but in the end I tried to sing a bit. Of course, I missed every note possible. And then she heard that and she said, "You're very precious to me and I want to help you." So she started to give me online lessons.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the way she taught me, it was like just she set everything on fire since then. And
nice.
Then it's way more and more easy for me. And I also learned a lot from YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
There are some really good teachers on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you stick to one teacher, it's not so good. But if you stick to some teachers, then you realize there is underlying principles they want all of them to teach.
Mm-hmm.
They just use different words to describe it sometimes.
I see.
And recently, I discovered the best technique to practice. You take a bottle of water. I have it right here, actually. A bottle of water, you put some water, like a small one, 1/2 liter. You fill it halfway, you put a straw, and then you sing into the straw.
Ooh, I should try that.
It's crazy. Really, really, really good. It activates everything.
Nice, okay.
Yeah, but now I'm very satisfied of my voice. The only thing that I still need to perfect is the way I perform and the way I introduce the notes and to make it more interesting, the actual performance.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I have really good range. I can sing low, I can sing very high, I can distort my voice.
Nice.
And yeah, it's been a really crazy journey.
Wow. Yeah, I'm really happy because you sounded like so unhappy with your voice, and now you're like sound to be at a good place.
It's really good to use your voice. Everyone needs somehow to use their voice in a way.
Yeah, I learned that actually everyone can sing, but we just unlearn it sometimes. Like some children, they unlearn how to use their own voice. And and then they think they're just not good with music, but you can train the musical ear and you can do all that. Yeah.
You can train the muscles in the throat, basically.
Yeah.
I thought that someone who's good at singing is someone who's born with this. It's like a physical attribute. It's like you have straight hair. You cannot have curly hair, you know?
Yeah.
Like people are with blue eyes, and this is how they're born. And that's how I thought. I thought I just don't have it.
Yeah. I guess there's something like talent and so on, but in the end, still, we all can learn something.
I believe we can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And really, voice is really like a muscle that you can train, definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah. That you can influence a lot as well. As you, like, if you drink alcohol, if you smoke and whatever, like, there's so many ways you can influence the sound of your voice, also how you can use it. Yeah. So.
You don't have any vocal coach or any?
No.
Do you take care of your voice?
I take care that I drink a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to work as a telephone agent for a little counseling company where I had to call clients after they went to a car, having their cars repaired, and then had to call them and ask them if they were fine with the service. So I had to talk a lot, and I was drinking a lot, and I was using it very much like, Guten Tag, mein Name. And really, I also used it to have kind of a practice to use my voice. Yeah. But yeah, make sure you're always hydrated. Very important.
Very important.
Just not too much water. That's how Bruce Lee died.
Really?
Yeah.
He died because he drank too much water?
He also only ate like apples and stuff and just a bit, but he was drinking up to 8 liters per day. So the liquid around his brain, like it was kind of like swollen and so on. And then he died because of that.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
I had no idea how he died, actually.
It just became publicly known recently or discovered recently.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Is it because of one time that he drank a lot of water?
No, he
or
was
it
just
accumulating?
drinking all the time. All the time.
8 liters?
Much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So stay hydrated, but don't overhydrate, please.
No, don't exaggerate. Stay away from the sugar. The sugar is very, makes the body very dry.
Well, salt as well, right?
Salt, I would say so. But salt have minerals.
Okay. And coffee? I heard coffee is also not good. Mm-hmm.
No, coffee, it depends on the coffee, I believe.
Wow.
I think coffee, it's one of those things that can be extremely poisonous because it's so mass-produced. And I believe when you buy very cheap coffee in the supermarket or average coffee, they spray the shit out of it so they can get the most crops.
So I guess I got really nice coffee from you.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Shout
much.
out to Blaubohnen. Bohnen.
Kaffeebohnen, I think.
Yeah, Blaubohnen.
Blaubohnen.
In Prenzlauer Berg.
Okay.
Next to Boxlanger Platz.
Okay.
It's Friedrichshain, sorry. Not
yeah, I was just
Prenzlauer Berg.
thinking. Wait. Okay. Blaubohnen.
Yeah, this coffee is really good. I have this thing with coffee. I don't know if it's a bliss or a curse, but if I drink a coffee that is not good, when I have the withdrawals, 1 or 2 days afterwards, I have migraines.
Okay.
Yeah, and it got really bad. It got really bad that I also started to puke.
Oh, God. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, for those who know what migraines are, it can be very evil. And I realized it's because of coffee, basically.
Okay.
It's one of the things that can trigger it for me. And they had coffee that did not trigger my migraines.
Okay. Yeah, then I guess I would also be very careful with what kind of coffee I'm drinking. Yeah.
But it's insane how coffee can be so good. And how coffee can be so bad. But I'm very sensitive to this.
Yeah, but I guess it's with a lot of things, especially like today when everything is like so mass produced and so on.
Yeah.
It's all about the balance. Like,
Yeah, to buy local, it's the best we can do.
yeah, you've been to a market today, you said?
Yeah, in Boxlagnerplatz, the same legendary area. Yeah, mostly there is a butcher that I go to, and I know we got really good stuff. And yeah, sometimes we got wild animals, so I know it cannot get any better than this.
Okay.
But yeah, what there is in the supermarkets, I rarely buy in supermarkets actually. I think they sell only sick animals full of hormones and sugar and alcohol. That's 90% of the supermarket stuff.
Well, I don't know if animals are full of alcohol. I just know that I stopped buying animal products from supermarkets.
Yeah, I rarely buy.
Yeah.
I rarely buy. There are very little supermarkets that I trust. What they sell me, which are animal products.
Though I have to say, I have to have the money, right, to live like that.
No,
Or
it's
you
not so
just-
expensive actually. When someone go and buy hunts, someone go and hunt a wild pig, you can buy the whole pig in 50 euros.
Yeah, okay, but there are families who are struggling to like, I don't know, they could maybe pay 50 euros per week for the whole food for the whole family. And then, because I was thinking like, no one needs to buy meat, right? And then someone else called me out and said, yeah, but some people can afford to have really good meat and some others just can't. And it's kind of like annoying to be the one who decide, like, who am I to tell people what to do, right?
Yeah, true. Everyone can do whatever feels good for them.
As long as it's not hurting other people, which it basically does when we keep on destroying our planet by buying.
I agree.
It's a complicated
But it's not only meat. I
topic.
think it's the whole commercial industry of food.
Capitalism. Also, capitalism is very complicated when it comes down to art. To come back to music, like it really,
It's very complex.
yeah, capitalism and creativity is kind of like a thing that could not live together. Like there's no co-living possible, basically coexisting. Like it's just
What do you
killing.
think that?
Because due to capitalism and the pressure that people have to perform, to deliver, and also to kind of like figure out how to sell best, they might lose themselves. And also, it's not about doing what you feel, but more like trying to please a crowd. And then you lose yourself. And for that, I'm very grateful that even though I do call myself a musician, I'm not a professional musician in that way that I have to make my whole money with that. Like I do have a profession that I enjoy, which is something else, and I still do music, but I don't rely on selling enough so I can survive with that, because I think then I would compromise my own stuff. The pressure is on. It's there. And then also people become very competitive, as if there's not enough space for all of us. That's kind of sad, I think.
Yeah, this is true. I think there is space and enough energy for everybody.
Should be.
Yeah. And I also have mixed feelings about the capitalism. First of all, thanks to capitalism, we're having this beautiful podcast.
Woohoo!
And we're using those really good microphones and laptop and all this gear.
It is very professional. You should see that.
You should see that. There are at least 5 people here taking care that everything running smooth.
Oh, yes. There's a whole team.
A whole team. They're very silent. And also the capitalism, for me, how I see it, comes to basically what I do in everyday life, which is mostly photography, and I do also music and also like digital marketing. All of this is so comfortable for me to do. Let's say photography, I have digital camera with the help of capitalism, of course, and I can take as much photos as I want. I can see them instantly, and then I can edit them to very fine details, which will be very expensive to do with analog stuff.
Yeah, but capitalism doesn't mean that you can only do stuff with analog stuff. Like, I'm asking myself, if we wouldn't have the system, does it mean that we wouldn't be where we are? Like, do we need to go this way to be where we are? It's kind of like, do we have to Yeah, I mean, if we would have a more, a different system that might be better for inequality, would it mean that we would have less? I don't think so. I think that it, like, we could still have those nice mics if we would not have
There is a
capitalism.
very fine balance between keep the race on who can do it better and more efficient, but also not to start producing shit.
And I'm also very happy to hear that you're working in many creative fields and it works out for you. That's actually pretty cool to hear.
Thank you very much.
It also probably means that you're very talented.
No, don't listen to her.
I mean, I saw his pictures. I like them. Not the ones with me on it, but that's my own
Hey, you did
problem.
not like the one that I took of you.
Yeah, I don't like someone told me I never saw anyone who kind of like looks pretty in real life, but then so not nice on pictures. And
Really?
it's like, thank you for that compliment.
Wow, who is this friend? Shout out to this friend.
He's nice. He apologized later. He completely
It's not a
forgot
nice
about
thing
it.
to say.
Yeah, back then, yeah. It made me also very insecure, and I was really not comfortable in front of cameras.
This is what I enjoy about photography. Mostly I do is portraits of people, so there is like a studio work with a dark background, and most of the people, 90% of them, they never had photo shooting in their life. And some of them, just normal musicians. What they know is to play music. They don't know how to pose in front of a camera. And I think all of us, the moment we have a camera or a microphone, something that records us, we get more stiff.
Yes.
And I really enjoy to let the people more loose.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful to do it. And this is one of the best stuff, the most satisfying for me to do in this job as a photographer.
Nice.
And then to capture those moments of people when they're so relaxed and they're just laughing and doing bullshit stuff. Those are the best photos.
Yeah. A friend of mine who's a photographer once explained to me that the camera is kind of like trying to be an eye. Like it can never capture really like a human eye. And that really helped me to feel more confident. Like, yeah, of course you look a bit different on a picture, but it's a different medium basically. And I guess the same counts for like when you record something, it's not a real ear, it's not a human ear. And that's why it's a bit different. And I think then if you know that, you can work with that and use that for your own benefit, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, I suck taking pictures. I'm really bad with that. Like
taking pictures.
Yeah, I'm also
Of
like whatever, like especially people. But also, like I've been to Prague recently and someone said, yeah, send some pictures. And I'm standing in front of a building and it looks beautiful. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't think I can capture it. And I take a picture and it's just like, no one could understand why I would take this picture. And I'm thinking like, but it looks very nice. But no, not on my pictures and also videos. But pictures are really, like, I just suck at it. I don't have an eye for
Curious
that.
to see what goes wrong when you take a picture of a building.
Yeah, it sounds so easy, but yeah, I have no clue about working with angles and stuff. Like then I see how people like use their phones and so on, and I'm just like having the phone straight in front of my eyes and kind of like, huh? What? How to do that?
You try to mimic your own sight.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, some people just know how to like hold the phone or hold the camera, and then they just have it. And I just don't. I have no clue how to do that.
I'm like this with drawing. I'm very bad at drawing.
Okay.
I'm very bad at it.
Do you paint?
No.
I like painting.
It's nice. If I would be better at it, I would enjoy it more.
But I think it's also fine to have hobbies that you're not good at, right? We don't have to be perfect at everything we do.
It's actually really good to have hobbies that you're not good at.
Yeah, relax a bit. Yes.
Well, hobbies. What are hobbies?
True. Yeah, we kind of professionalize everything we do, I guess.
Yeah, money everywhere. We want money.
Yes.
Give us the money.
But I guess hobby, that's something you do in your free time, I guess to relax, no? It's like an interest you have?
To relax.
I don't know. Maybe
to
not
relax is very
necessarily.
important. You mean the self-care?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's really, really important. It's also very important for me to do stuff that I enjoy doing. Even if I have high intensity, I enjoy doing them.
Yeah. I mean, I do dancing, for example, once a week. That's probably also a hobby.
Yeah, dancing is incredible.
Yeah.
Body movement.
Yeah.
Everything that involves the body and moving it, it's very good for the brain, for the body.
Yes, for the health.
Creativity, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
What kind of dancing are you doing?
It's belly dancing.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of songs? Arabic songs?
Yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
basically, yeah. Yeah, I grew up with that kind of music, like Middle Eastern music, since I grew up in Moabit, here in Berlin. And I was listening to it. It was all around all the time. Also, like in my class, we had so many different nationalities and cultures and languages. And I was always drawn to belly dancing. And then at some point, I had a friend who said there's a uni class, like there's uni sport. And there was a uni class, and you could even do that if you're not studying at that university. It was TU. And they had a belly dancing class. And she said, let's try it out. And she did belly dancing before. And she knew that I always wanted to do that. So I did that in 2014. And then I fell in love with it. And yeah.
Since then, you're belly dancing.
I had a break in between. I did it for 2 years, only the beginners class every time, because it was just that uni class, and the teacher was offering to learn more, but then in her own studio. For uni class, she would only do the beginner thing. And then, yeah, because of work, I couldn't do it. And then I changed my job, and then I went to her studio and could continue and like really have some progress and not just be the beginner thing anymore. And yeah, so since 2018 or 19, I'm back to, I think, 19.
Full power belly
19,
dancing.
18, yeah. And
It's
like
very
learning
relaxing
more.
to do belly dancing.
It can also be
'Cause
very
you do a lot of
exhausting.
shaking.
Yes, I mean it's great for the body, like afterward, because it's really healthy. You do very healthy movements for your body. Like when people think you do something with your ass or something, no, you do this with the muscles of your legs, for example, or yeah, you use a lot of your legs, and always have a good posture, and yeah, so it's really really good for the body if you do it right. But it can be very exhausting, like dancing on tiptoes and having to like do the Brazilian shimmy where you like shake your ass, but because you move your feet very fast and your Oberschenkel, how is that called in English?
The thigh.
Yeah, of course, the thighs, you move them very very quickly, very fast, and it's so exhausting on your toes. And then afterwards, yeah, and when it's summer and you do that, afterwards you need to shower immediately.
Yeah, in summer in Berlin, you need to shower immediately, no matter what you do.
True.
Wake up, shower immediately.
Yes.
Finish the shower immediately.
Yes.
It's
True.
can be very disgusting. What is the most challenging thing about belly dancing? I'm very far away from this, and I'm curious.
I guess in the beginning it was very hard for me because first you learn how to separate your body. Like you are, for example, supposed to move your shoulders and you should not move your hips. And then finally you got it to really focus to only move one part. And then suddenly you have to move another part, but in a different way. And then you have to combine different movements. And then it gets faster. And then you also have to do this. And then you have to remember to always have a good posture as well. And then having your feet in the right angle and so on. And then, yeah. But then with practice, you get better at everything. So... But yeah, sometimes it's also hard if you're dancing on your toes and you have to have the balance the whole time. Yeah, exhausting.
Crazy.
Yes, but nice, beautiful. I really enjoy it. I can only recommend it.
Yeah, it's really, really good to dance.
Yes. Do you do any sports?
Recently, I got really into running.
Nice.
Yeah, so yesterday I did 10 kilometers. I had a knee injury a year and a half ago, and I never had injury so bad in my life. So I had to have surgery and all this stuff. But then I thought to myself...
Oh, yeah, your knee. We talked about it. We are the knee buddies. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you also have fucked up knees?
I did. Yeah, I had the same surgery when I was 18. Yeah, true. God, we are broken people.
Broken people with broken knees.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And I was so scared that I will be this weird guy who everyone needs to wait for him because he got knee problems and he cannot do all the sports and he needs supports. I don't want to be this person. And I thought, wouldn't it be interesting if I would manage to do a marathon within a year after the surgery?
Okay, the pressure is on. Wow.
Yeah. Well,
It's-
marathon I was not
okay.
able to do.
For everyone who got injured or whatever for any reason is not able to do that, it's fine. It's okay. You don't have to pressure
You don't
yourself.
have to pressure yourselves, people. I'm just crazy.
Okay, yeah, but you took on the challenge and you were good.
Mhm.
Oh, wow, great.
I think the most I did so far was 20 kilometers. Yeah, I did it last month. It was the most I ever ran in my life. I did it twice in 1 week.
Wow.
Yeah, very interesting. There are a lot of people that I follow, and they are ultra marathons runners. Do you know what is ultra marathon?
I guess very long.
I don't know exactly what is the length. Marathon is 4 hours. No, 42 kilometers, I think, something
Okay.
like this, and it takes around 4 hours,
Oh, God.
3 hours to average person, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Someone just broke the record here in Berlin in last marathon. He did 2 hours and a few minutes. Some crazy dude from Africa. And there is ultra marathon. Maybe it's twice, but usually in the US it's like 100 miles, which is 160 kilometers.
Okay.
And these people are crazy. What the fuck? They run almost 24 hours.
Yeah, like
Straight.
when are you supposed to do that? When are they even eating?
I don't know. I know they have like salt pills, so the
Oh,
body will
God.
not be completely dehydrated.
Okay, I see.
But you know, it's crazy. It takes the body so long to recover from this.
Yes.
Wow. But it's also very mental. When I did the first time 20 kilometers, it was just keep on doing it.
Okay.
And you don't really feel so much afterwards. Like when you're about to finish the run, I felt like I could do more.
Wow.
But I didn't want to do more because I never went to this territory.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured maybe it's better not to push myself too much.
Yeah, yeah. Who knows what happens then afterwards?
Yeah,
Like,
I
you
know I
can-
could, but I want to take it slowly instead of going full power. Also because the knee, I feel it sometimes still
I
sending me
see.
signals.
Mm-hmm.
Something
Yeah.
happened there. But yeah, I really go full power with running. I think it's very good for my brain as well, for my mentality.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a little bitch after, especially now when it's cold and I don't want to go out.
A little bitch.
Yeah, but I need to do it. I need to do that.
Okay.
I feel way better afterwards.
Okay, how do you define a little bitch?
I don't want to go out. It's cold. Oh, why do I do it?
Okay.
And then I go out and it's like, no, it's cold. Oh, my legs are tired. Oh, maybe I just run 5 meters and I come back. And there is here a place I can run like the whole running circuit.
Okay.
So I go there. It's really close to here. Sometimes after the 5 rounds, it's like, oh, no, come on. You go back. It's not nice. Why do you do this? Go rest. And I need to win over those voices.
Okay.
Yeah, then I feel more confident within myself.
I see.
And it feels good to overcome this stuff.
Okay.
It might sound harsh.
Yeah, I feel like, because I recently realized that I'm not very nice to myself often, and I pressure myself, and like for others I'm always like, if you change your mind because you don't feel comfortable, that's totally fine and whatever. And I realized I should be that nice to myself and I should not pressure myself. And of course I should make sure that I'm healthy, and moving and so on is definitely part of that. But yeah, I try to be more like not that obsessed. Like I used to have that app that is counting your
With
steps.
what were you obsessed?
Like I had this app that was counting my steps, and I made sure that I at least have those 10,000 steps every fucking day.
For what reason?
Because I needed to prove to myself, like I used to be, to have many problems, like with my stomach. So I didn't go out a lot. Like I was just this very not sportive, skinny girl that was just hanging around inside and reading books, because there I was comfortable and safe. And then I realized how good it is for me to actually go out and live and so on, and be able to, be alive, experience something and go out. And then at some point and then also with work, when I had to work in an office and sit for several hours, I realized it was good for me to walk to work and to walk back, to loosen a bit. But then I got obsessed with it, that okay, now, and you have to do so many steps, and because that's healthy. That's what I told myself. And recently I was sick very much, and I realized I cannot achieve my 10,000 steps, and I realized it got too much into my head, and I should be fine. I should let myself rest a bit, and I should just delete this app and keep on moving around just how I do, but without checking it all the time, without thinking like, oh no, I forgot my phone. Now my steps are not being counted. Oh, no. I try to relax a bit more and be okay and nice to myself. So, yeah.
Yeah, there is a very fine line between pushing yourself to the limits and hurting yourself.
Yeah, expecting so much of yourself that you're not, making yourself miserable, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But if you kind of like push yourself and then afterwards you're happy that you achieved something, that's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because I also felt miserable after running 2 hours. It was very difficult to go down the stairs.
Oh, my muscles. Oh.
Wow.
Oh,
this is how old people must feel like.
Okay.
It's like, I need to hold the wall and go down very slowly.
I see.
But it was worth it.
Nice.
And that's the difference between doing that and someone who just run for 2 hours and you don't think it's going to be beneficial for him.
Okay. If you had to choose between running and doing music, what would you choose?
It's very interesting. I would say doing music.
Okay, good.
Running is it can have a lot of stuff, but it's mostly monotonous. Monotonous. Yeah. Even though you can do sprints and you can do short runs and there's many stuff, but music, wow, it's just infinite.
Mm-hmm.
The ways and the genres and way of expression.
Yeah. I was finding myself sometimes in a lack of time and realizing I have to prioritize. What do I prioritize now? And music is always winning.
Yeah, as well with me. Everything that I do somehow complements the music. The photography complements the music so well.
Nice.
Some of the musicians that I work with, they helped me also with the album that I'm recording.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's always great that you have those collaborations then.
And wow, they gave so much to the album. One of them is Kelly, the trumpet player. Do you know her?
No, I don't think so.
Kelly, I don't want to say her last name wrong.
Kelly, the trumpet player.
Yeah, if you're in Berlin and you know trumpet players, she's one of the top here. Kelly, not Osborne, but somewhere there. She's Australian and she's incredible. And what she recorded for the album, wow. She did one of the most finest trumpet works I heard in the last years. Anyone's recording stuff.
Okay. It makes me want to listen to your songs now.
I can play you some afterwards.
Oh, nice.
There's
okay.
some versions I can play.
Okay, cool.
And there is another guy, Steven Tutteberg. He's a really cool producer. And he got very good sound. He got his unique sound, like Matan.
Oh, nice.
That's how I could recognize in your songs, Matan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we did some kind of photo shooting, and he helped me with one song. And the way he evolved the song, the way he gave his own spirit into that, made the song completely different and way more interesting.
I see. Yeah, that's cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
This is what good collaborations are for.
Yeah. Yeah, when it gets just bigger and bigger and adds to it and gets to levels that you could not have thought of yourself. Yeah.
You also have your small community. You have For Fuchs' Sake.
True. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was once... there was a person who was doing a video or documentary for her. She was studying film and she had to do a short movie to end this. And she was thinking about doing a documentary about Berlin musicians. And so she texted me if we could meet for a coffee and talk about it. And I said, so listen up. For me, it's not just doing music, it's community, because, and so on. And then in the end, the film was more about that, actually about the Unicorn open mic, which is done by Caitlin, the one you met with the curls, Caitlin with the curls. She's doing the Unicorn open mic every Monday. Or she's the brain behind it. Sometimes someone else is hosting so she can have a break. But yeah, it's a queer-friendly open mic where we are very much trying to make sure that everyone is part of something and not just people go do their shit and then leave again. And yeah, my own show For Fuchs' Sake once a month, where I have, it's a showcase format where I have 4 performances, and not only music. There's always one act that is doing something different, like poetry or short movie screening or showing some photographies and talking about art or different things. And yeah, there it's also important to like nourish the network and the community, and it's always then a very nice atmosphere. And we turn 1 now in December. It's the 1
Happy
year.
birthday.
Yay, thank you.
Have you done celebration?
I was asked if there will be cake from different people now. Maybe there will be cake. I definitely prepared some special performances with one of the performers who's going to, because I'm always ending the night with like maybe 2 songs, like everyone, like the other performers have their half hour, and then in the end I just play a bit to like end it and say some words. But yeah, with the last performer I'm gonna play some stuff together, and we met several times to prepare something, so that will be our special thing for that 1 year thing. But it's always special, and every month is, yeah, it's just from the lineup and who they invite and so on and what they perform. It's always very unique, and I have to say I'm very proud of this. I'm very proud that I started this project, and that it's how it's running, and that people enjoy it. Yeah.
Is it open for everybody who wants to join?
No.
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 No. Only exclusive.
No, it's not exclusive. Basically, I try to be as inclusive as possible and realized for that I need to be exclusive because so there were performers that I really enjoyed, and they asked, for example, at other open stages where there's a feature act or something, if they could do that half hour instead of just 2 songs. And they were told no, because it's too not mainstream-ish enough or whatever. And I was like, this musician is a genius. How can you do that? And then I realized there are moments where I'm like, I want to see more of that person. And I see that I felt like there were gatekeepers who were kind of exclusive. And I thought, okay, I want to do a different thing. I don't want to have an open stage where people don't even know if they will be on stage. So there's a 2 pages info sheet that people get when they perform, like that really explains the whole concept of it and what I want to achieve with that. And they become part of something. It's a showcase. They also have to help me out with the door. They have to, each one has to be outside for a while and take the entry and so on. And that's another thing that I want all the artists to have money from it. Last time each performance made 80 euros. I was very happy about that. Like performing half an hour, being part of something, and then going home with 80 euros. That's pretty cool, I think. So if I think like you don't really need my support, you will also not be part of that show. And I explained that. And also it's always like month ahead it's booked out because I just have that one time a month. But I also have a list with other locations when people who don't really know about Berlin places, then I'm always like, here is a list. Maybe there you can do something. But if you, for example, are a cis man and you ask me to play at my show, you prove that you don't need my support, because then you easily find another place. And here's a list, have fun. And there are men who are like very grateful. And then I saw them really going down the list, having their shows. Then it's really cool. And I also enjoy very often what they do. It's just not fitting my concept.
How do you choose the people?
Well, some do ask me, but then those are not cis men if I have them on stage. I see them at open stages, for example. Yeah, they somehow reach out to me. Somehow, yeah, I'm so much in that community. We also started this community meeting every second month, like the last Sunday of the second month. We meet together with some people who are interested in Berlin stage events, who want to talk about how to feel comfortable at stage events. It started with being frustrated by experienced sexism over and over again and
what
gatekeeping.
What do you mean by stage events?
Stage events can be concerts, it can be open stages, it can be open stages for music, for poetry, for comedy, it can be showcase events and so on. Yeah, and then you have those stage events, and you have people that you just see each other again and again and again, and sometimes there are difficult situations, and it's good to know you're not alone with that, and there's a way to handle things together and make sure that everyone can feel comfortable. And from that, I also meet people, and then sometimes then I hear what they do or see what they do, if they, for example, do video screenings or whatever, and then I'm like, hey, don't you want to show some of your stuff at my show? And then we arrange that, and yeah, that's how it goes.
It's really important to have this.
Yeah.
We have the power.
Exactly.
We have the power. We are the small people. We have the power.
That's what I always tell people when I end the night or start the night. I'm like, if you don't like some stuff of what I'm doing here, please feel encouraged to start your own show. That's basically how I started it. And that's that we do have the power to do that. It's kind of almost like a privilege. It should be everyone's right. Unfortunately, that's not the case everywhere in the world. But here we do have the chance. Also, Berlin, it's a small city with a lot of FOMO, like fear of missing out going on and so on. Yeah, it's very busy.
You feel it in Berlin?
I think that people do feel that. And I think the best way of finding your own way is like really going to places where you feel comfortable. And if you realize there's something you don't feel comfortable with, hey, you have the power to organize something. Or you can be part of an organizing group. If you don't feel like doing this yourself, you can also be part of a network and find allies and nourish the community. And
Yeah, it's very, very important. But I think this is maybe the nature of the humans. Most of us just like to wait that something will be done for us.
I don't think so. I think there are different ways to handle things, and I also think that we can all learn empathy if necessary.
But would you agree about this, that most of humans are not so initiative? They would like the people approach them instead of they will go and build, like you have your concerts, like I'm building now this podcast?
Well, I had the situation the first time I did the show. I was sitting there because so many things, the bar wasn't ready basically, and so many things didn't go smooth. And I was sitting there asking myself, what am I doing here and why am I doing this? And I was angry and frustrated and sad, and I just tried my best to make sure that the artists were good. But then afterwards, people came to me and they were like, it's so good that you do this, and there should be more people doing this, or being like, yeah. And that really helped me to be like, okay, I was unhappy because I had a certain standard and expectations, but people still enjoyed it. And that's why I'm doing what I do, even though it means it's stressful for me. And then they had some ideas, those two people who came to me, what to do. Like they wanted to have a festival for Fuchs' Sake Festival. And I was like, it's a nice idea you have. Maybe you want to do that. And they said, we could never do that. And I think it's great to feel empowered yourself to be able to organize something. Not everyone has that, probably, but I think we could all have that.
Yeah, that's for sure. We all have the ability to do so.
Yeah, and I think it's the how you learn, how you can handle situations. Like if you at some point realize, wow, there are things I can't change, yes, but there are other things that I'm really in charge of myself, and I'm capable of doing things, and I feel empowered, and I see the options I have, or I have a certain goal, and I do my research to go there to get that done, and or to also talk to people, involve people, get in touch with people, and do something together. Like we don't need to be by ourselves, and we don't need to just take everything. We can change things, and we can arrange things, and we can. Yeah, even though I was like, oh, Berlin, winter, blah, 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 we're all miserable. No. And then we go out and do stuff together, and that's nice. Enjoy it. People, enjoy it. Go out and enjoy
fun.
it.
Go out.
Yes.
In the snow, whatever. Be miserable together.
Oh, yeah. Be miserable together if that's what you need. Yes.
Do you find people around you also behave like you when they take initiative to create events, to create more like... I don't know if events is the right word, but to create more community. Interesting question. Especially with musicians, there are definitely people who are doing this or who are willing to do this, but there's also a certain kind of sentiment like caring. You really have to care. There are some musicians that, of course, they want to
they're professional musicians. They make their money with that. So they don't even have enough time and energy to care that much about community. So they do the shows and just try to make it work, but don't really... They more try to avoid mistakes to have a good reputation or something, but it's not really because they want to prevent people being hurt. And that's my approach. And that's also the approach of many other musicians that I know through that community who have the same sense of let's thrive together. Let's build something together. Let's keep in touch. Let's make sure, like, you invite me to play here and then I organize something and invite, like, I see that happening, and I see that happening more and more with other musicians who are part of my show and now did their own thing where they had a concert with two other people that they organized and like to share the stage and then have a nice evening, and I'm very happy to see that. So yeah, it is definitely there.
Yeah, it is. I wish it would be more, definitely. I wish people would realize how much power they can have if they support the people around them, if they influence and inspire the people around them to support as well. Then it can be so powerful.
Yeah, yes.
This is what happened in the Seattle music. You know Seattle music?
Yeah.
I say it in such a retarded way. The Seattle music scene. That's the word that was missing. Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Nirvana. All of them, they were basically just bands in Seattle, and they were so supportive towards one another. They were so supportive, they had the main bands that we all know, but there were another bands that they just played with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why they are so famous, I believe.
Okay.
Because they were just supporting each other. And this is so powerful. And I also believe that everything big that we know today, it can be music, it can be film, it can be even a product or a service. Like all the big things that we have, no one can do it by myself. It's impossible. There is always the need for people to support.
Yeah. So yeah, support each other.
Definitely.
Speaking of supporting, do you want me to play some music?
Yeah. I was thinking maybe you play them in the end, all of them together.
Of course, yeah.
Because I want to set the microphones in a really nice way.
Yeah, okay. So...
You want to take a break?
However you feel like.
Yeah, we take a break.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Hello.
The people who hear it just have got...
Oh, okay.
Or maybe next time I keep them waiting.
No.
No.
Please not.
So, Ella.
Yes.
You have a beautiful name, you know that.
Thank you very much.
You know what it means, the name in Hebrew?
What does it mean?
You don't know.
I don't think. I don't think I remember.
It means goddess.
Ooh, well.
Ella.
Now you know.
All of you know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really a powerful name.
Nice. Good to know. Huh, cool.
I would like to discuss about the singles that you released on Spotify.
Yes.
And if you wish, you can share your thoughts about the songs. If you want to share more information about specific songs, it can be the meaning. You can share about the recordings, about the writing, everything that you find relevant to share.
Yeah, so this EP started... so I was writing songs, of course, during the Corona year 2020, like when it all started, having this series of songs. And it really started with Ember City. That's also why it's called Ember City EP. I was in Liverpool before, and
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
There is a full EP out yet? Or
Yeah, it's out. Yes.
So the black cover is the EP?
So no, there's one other... So I released them single by single. But then in the end, when I released the last single, I also released one of the songs as an acoustic version. And this together I released again as an EP.
Oh, okay.
And that has a different cover also. But yeah, that's
and what
like...
is it called again?
The Ember City EP, yeah.
The Ember City EP.
Ember City, yeah.
Ember City.
Amber like
City.
the Ember, yeah.
Oh, so these have a white cover. right?
Yeah, like the whole selection has a kind of like white cover.
Yeah, it's more bright.
It's a different. Yes.
I thought there were different albums, like different creations.
No. I just decided to have it once again all together. Like it made sense for me to release it one by one, but then in the end, I also wanted to have it all completely together because that's how it started, with this idea to record those songs, those 6 songs that I then also released. Yeah, and it started with Ember City, the last trip I had before Corona hit us. And where I was thinking a lot about, because what you also have in Berlin is people come and go and you show the city and you do this again and again. And then, it can be painful sometimes, but it can also be magical to like show your own city and see it with different eyes. That's how it started. And then the second one is Good Intentions, where I'm singing Good Intentions Are Never Good Enough, which is basically it's about the sexism that I experience and also others experience. There's this one line, and a smile looks prettier on your face, because I've been told to smile like a lot by strangers just on the street for no reason at all. And then they tell me a lady should smile. And I'm like, well, I'm not a lady and you're a motherfucker, you shut your mouth.
You can tell it a bit louder. You motherfucker!
Yeah. So, and so, that's the second song that I also wrote while being in home office with Corona. And then the third one, Behind the Mask, is explicitly, I was jamming and just improvising and thinking about how crazy it is to actually wear masks. Like usually if you sing about masks, that would be like a metaphor or something. But no, we are really wearing masks. And I was thinking like, wow, I don't even know how people are, how they feel, because I can't see if they're smiling because they wear those masks. And they wear this mask as a protection for themselves and for others. How crazy is that? So that's Behind the Mask. And also the one song where Martin and I really found the groove that we want to work with.
It's a very powerful song.
Thank you.
The lyrics are very, very strong.
And there's a very nice video with it as well. Like there are some people fencing, and it's made by David Manus. I recommend working with him. He did also another video of mine and also from other friends. And he had this idea of showing me in the beginning with the suit of fencing. And then I put on the helmet and start an attack. And he turns around the camera, but it's not me. But they're real, like teenagers who do this as a hobby. Like they're kind of like semi-professional doing that. So you see fencers and you think that it's me fencing. And a friend of mine, Liesel, who's also a musician and artist, she is dancing with a red ribbon in contrast then to the two people fencing, like dancing and fencing.
What is fencing?
Fencing. Oh, that's you have a weapon. It's not a sword. It's I don't know how to call it even in English. I have no clue. I just know the German term for it. But yeah, it's a certain kind of weapon, and you try to hit the opponent.
Maybe it's
in
called
a certain
scythe
way.
in English.
That
You have this
be,
sword and it's
very thin and pinchy. Yes.
and you wear this white
Yes, exactly.
costume with this mask. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think it's called in Hebrew it's called scythe. I don't know the name in English.
I just know it's fence. It's a fence, basically.
Maybe,
I guess.
yeah, it could be fencing. I thought you're jumping on fences.
No. It's
Breaking
it's two
into
people.
people's garden.
No, two people dueling, having a duel. Yes, and on Drachenberg it was like up, and it was also very stormy on that day, and it's very gray. Like it was raining, and we were like, we cannot film. But then there were 2 hours no rain, and we used that. But it looks very dramatic, like super gray and wild, and then the opposite of my friend dancing with a red ribbon, and the sun is shining, and it's all nice, and I really like the contrast. Yeah.
What song is the video for?
Behind the Mask.
Behind the Mask.
I mean, it makes sense. You wear the mask for the fencing, so
Mhm.
that was his idea. Very clever. Shout out to David. And yeah, that was the third song. That was also recently shown at Il Kino for the Support Local Music Berlin or something, organized by Nate Bernardini. Actually organized by Olivia Mamberti, who you might know, maybe not.
Olivia,
I thought
no.
we all know each other in the musician scene in Berlin. Yeah, so that was cool. Like that, there were other music videos shown, and then you had an evening of like, yeah, seeing some music videos from other Berlin musicians or Berlin-based musicians, basically. Yeah, that was nice. Yes, that was the third song, and then the fourth is Flickers, and there, this friend that is dancing in the other video is the one who did the video for Flickers, basically. Liesel, the musician who's also a photographer, an artist, and yeah, multi ways, very, very talented. Unfortunately, she had to move to Bremen to study art there, or she wanted to. I miss her very much. But yeah, she did this very, very nice video to that song that also was very different from the sound here from the sound that we had before. It was way less folky, and I enjoyed it. It was very dark. Like we had many effects on the drums to make it sound like being in a huge factory, basically, and having a lot of echo and stuff. And but we worked a lot on this song. Like we added so much and then took away again and then added again and so on. Until this baby was done, it was really a wild ride, but also very enjoyable. Yes, and it's also about kind of realizing, shit, I'm kind of going crazy. What is going on right now? And this is my life right now. Like sometimes having to pause and to realize, like, this is what I do right now. This is my life right now. This is okay. And then the flickers means like this. You have kind of like a vision in your head how else your life could be right now, where you could be right now. Do you really need to be here right now? What else could you do?
In what kind of situation did you face those thoughts?
It was still Corona, and I was thinking about the trips I had before, and if I also used those songs, like I'm thinking about the encounters you have, but I also use that to reflect on how we act together or towards each other in society. And that was really like, okay, this is how we are right now. Aren't we going to change something? Like, is this really going on like this? And how we all kind of isolated and were a bit left alone with our fears in our head, and that they could overcome us, like the doubts you have. And also, feeling very lost and alone. I say, like, don't pretend you understand. I don't even do myself. Like you're miserable and you keep on making yourself feel miserable because you feel like, well, no one can't do anything anyway. Feeling left alone. I think many people felt left alone by the government, for example, during Corona. And that,
It's a very strange thing, this Corona.
Yeah. I mean, it was so unexpected. We were all kind of like, what? Okay. Yeah.
There are many perspectives we can look at it.
Probably.
I think every perspective that you will choose to look at it is pretty fucked up.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't know how things will develop from now on, so we'll see.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah. And then there are 2 more songs. It's Colors Fading. And the video for it was, we were doing that in an aquarium, and that was just shortly before there was no obligation to wear the mask anymore. So we always had to wait. There was David Manus again. We always had to wait until people would pass by to then just take off the mask just for some seconds and film something and then keep on. very funny. And I love all the fish and the colors fading. I love that very much. And it's back to, again, being a bit more folky. And then the last one, Schweigen des Windes, is the only one with lyrics in German. And it's made by another person, by Astra Pentaxia, a friend of mine who's also the bar manager of Das Gift. Das Gift is the place where I have the For Fuchs Sake show.
Yeah, I know her. She's really cool.
She is so cool. And she did this video with me, and she did an awesome job. And yeah, the last song of that EP, which is kind of, saying like halte ein, halte aus, it says in the end, which is kind of like a word play to say, hold up, hold on, like stop with doing what makes you feel miserable and wait for me to help you or something. And also, keep on surviving. And it's supposed to console the listener, to say, it's kind of crazy. And again, it was Corona. I was like sitting inside and I was realizing I don't even hear children playing outside because they were not allowed to play outside. And I was
It was illegal to play outside.
Yeah, there were playgrounds being like illegal, closed. Yeah. Wow, closed. It was crazy. Yeah, so it's definitely a Corona EP, but in the end. And the journey ended in October. I released the last song of it on the 14th of October, which was one day before my birthday. And we had a release concert with it, with Matan on the drums and Sorsha playing a violin, also at Das Gift. And then celebrating into my birthday, which is a very German thing, that when the clock strikes 12 and then it's the official birthday, then you can say happy birthday. Before that, it's bad luck. But it was very clever to say, hey, if you want to come to my birthday, you should come to that concert that I'm doing, where you can listen to my music. And we did not only play the songs that are on the EP, but some other songs as well. And it was so good. It was so much fun to play with the band, to play my own stuff with the band. And that's actually how I started recording all the songs. Like, it was really good to end the journey like this, because basically I was encouraged by someone who, when Corona happened and I had more time to work from home and to actually also practice guitar a bit more and feel more confident and write more songs with the guitar by myself, with the intention to play by myself and not anymore with someone else. I didn't need to compromise myself anymore. Someone said, you should record those or some songs, and you should maybe go on a tour or whatever, but you should have a band playing with you together your own music and not just you being part of a band. And that's basically what happened then at the release concert of the final song. And that felt very, very good. And I really enjoyed it. And it's something I would have not imagined 2 years ago, that I'd be on stage with a band playing my songs that are on Spotify. Like, what? Yeah.
It's crazy how life turns out sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you plan to do more concerts with the band?
There's one coming, I think, on the 17th of February at Die Weiße Rose, which is a bit bigger. So they also have like instruments there. Like, you don't have to bring a drum kit and so on. And also a big stage. But when the time comes, I will definitely prepare it a bit more thoroughly as well, and do all the PR and stuff. And I'm really looking forward to do that. And I decided, actually, since I used to play at least once a month, and then I decided to play more rarely and then really prepare and so on, and don't organize my own shows anymore, and rather like have this For Fuchs Sake once a month where it's about other people. And then maybe 2 or 3 times a year having a bigger concert where I'm playing and have someone else maybe as a double concert or something. And then what happened was that I was asked to perform here, to perform there from other people who organize stuff. And that's so cool when you organize yourself all the time and then you got asked to perform somewhere else. That's so nice. For once you don't have to have all the organization for yourself. Or a friend of mine was supposed to be the opener at Baquette, the open stage, and she got sick. So she told them, ask Ella to play. Like, she's supposed to be my replacement. That was so nice. So they contacted me, and then suddenly I was the opener for that. Or, on Wednesday I play at Prachtwerk Showcase, half an hour. super nice. Also, because I was at the community meeting and saw the person who's running this open stage there, and I said, "Well, I'll be coming back, maybe even for a showcase, not just 2 songs." And he was like, "Yeah, on the 7th." I'm like, "In January?" And he said, No, December." Like, "Oh, okay, sure." It's so cool, yeah, that it then works out like this as well, and I love it. I love playing music live, and that I'm not that scared anymore as I used to be in the beginning. And I just enjoy it and keep on writing songs and perform them, and hopefully at some point record again. But it's expensive to work with people who are like professional and produce, and it sounds good. And I was very happy to do that and to pay the money and so on. But I would like to try to record myself as well a bit. Will probably not sound as well as the polished Matan version, but we'll see. We see what is possible. Yeah.
It's expensive, but it can generate a lot of money back.
True, if you do it right. But I don't think I do it right. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, from what you're telling, it's just a good reminder how important is community.
Yeah, definitely. Again,
Yeah, either join one or create yourself. I think also if you join one, the best attitude is to make it your own. And by that I mean go and put yourself into that, help them arrange stuff, make it easier for the people.
Yeah, the sense of ownership, you're really like...
It's like your own community, so you want to take care of them.
Yeah, you care, yeah.
And this is so important.
Yeah.
I know so many people that are very good at what they're doing in Sounds of Berlin.
Yes, it's not in your area, it's here in the recording.
Or maybe it is in your area.
Well, who knows? Wow.
It can be really weird sometimes with these recordings and internet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The internet is a very weird place.
Oh, yeah,
this is
definitely.
A community you don't want to put so much energy into. The internet.
Yeah, I mean, especially if they're just haters or bots and you have a fight with a bot, basically.
Yeah, AI is taking over the internet. I was talking about how important it is to have a community and about people that I know that they're so talented, but their talent, it feels like it's been gone to waste. No one is really paying attention to them. And whatever they have to offer, if it's music or maybe it's some skill that they have, maybe it's their own presence with people and the way they can help them. So it's just not being out there, and it cannot inspire people. I don't know how often it happens. I believe it happens less than it actually is happening in the world. I believe there are so many talented people out there who just doesn't show their skills. Who think maybe it's not good enough. Maybe people will not be interested in what they have to offer.
Yeah, I definitely had the same thoughts. So, and I think there are people who are like so fucking talented. They just don't get to have the chance. And sometimes you have to make sure you get the chance yourself.
Yeah.
Create the chance.
If people are willing to pay attention to you, it means there is something about you.
Yeah.
And there is some value you provide to them.
Yeah.
And this is the only thing that matters.
Exactly.
The little knowledge I have about something can be someone's gold mine.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, we should never judge it. And with music, it's the most obvious. Because when you have a song, you release it out there. It can be a favorite song. But people would not resonate so much with that. But then the song that you find the least connection to can be the one that everybody likes.
True, definitely. Yeah. Someone was sending me this wrapped up thing of like what they listened to in that year, and then you have this. It looks like a lineup from a festival or something, and he was telling me like, "See, you're always there, and my favorite song is Behind the Mask," and that was very sweet. Like it, yeah. So also if you listen to something or if you see some art that someone is doing and you enjoy it, please tell them. It means a lot. Like this feedback is very helpful because we get hate all the time, if not from ourselves, maybe from others or from bots. And if you like what someone is doing, tell them. yeah, be nice.
Be nice to each other. And even if it's something that you don't like, say it in a nice way.
Yeah, you don't need to say something. Sometimes it's also good to shut up. Sometimes I feel like you don't need to say something. Why should I care about your opinion right now? So it's okay. It's not helpful. If it's helpful, like, hey, I think I would enjoy if you would do this a bit more or something, then it's something that I can work with. It's a critique that is like valuable for me. But if it's really just some bullshit hate, then I don't get anything from it, and then I don't need it. And in that point, you can just shut up.
Yeah, if it's bullshit, there is no place for it at all, I believe. Yeah, but if it's this is something not so nice to say. Criticism is very welcome, even though it's really uncomfortable.
Yeah, it can be. But if it's supposed to help me understand something, or so I can learn, that's cool.
But if someone writes me, "You're just sucks,"
yeah, then like, how should that help me? How?
Block.
How can I not suck? Can you please tell me? No, it's just about you letting off your steam. It's not about me. Okay, then go for it. I don't take it personally. Have fun. Bye. Why should I waste my time and energy with that?
Yeah, and imagine the person who does that, how much bitter they need to be.
Exactly.
In order just to randomly spread the hate.
Why do you take your precious time and energy to hate on someone like that? Like, where do you take it from? I don't even have that. Like, what? Someone is willing to create an account somewhere and give a comment. Why? How sad.
Yeah, if someone creates a special account for it and he hides behind unknown character.
Yeah, and the sad thing is, like...
This is really weird, yeah.
The sad thing is that it is just that we tend to remember bad feedback more. Like, you can hear 5 times something good and you hear 1 time bad and you will only focus on the bad, which is also because you want to learn and so on, of course. But it can also be very frustrating sometimes.
Yeah,
so
I agree with that.
Maybe that's also helpful to keep in mind. Like, okay, I really enjoyed something. I should tell the person because that person might have heard some bad feedback, and then it's good to have one more good that adds up. And
yeah, but I also believe if someone tells you you're really good, it's not a genuine comment to say and to compliment someone. But if I go and tell you your music really touched me and the way your voice sound was very pleasant to my ear, then there is more impact instead of telling you you're really good.
Yeah, you can really hear the intention if the person just wanted to say something to make themselves feel better or to give something to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think this is really fine difference between that. There is a book that I read. It's called Nonviolent Communication.
Yeah.
Do you know this?
Yeah, I heard about it. I think I didn't read it. No.
Yeah, I did not read it. I heard it in Audible.
Nice.
And the guy who read it was the actual author of the book.
Oh,
so
great.
It's even better.
Yes.
And I heard that almost twice. I still have a little bit to finish. And I think this is one of the most important books.
Okay.
Every person must read it.
Okay.
Schools must have it.
Nice. Okay.
And it's a lot about the way we talk to each other is very, very violent sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
The question, for example, why?
Mm-hmm.
It's very violent according to the book.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why are you sad?
Yeah. You have to defend yourself. Yeah.
But if I ask you what makes you sad,
Mm-hmm.
or what happened that you did not do a certain thing, and it's completely different attitude.
Yeah.
And I can also get more information from you.
True. It can also, it can help also to de-escalate a situation.
Exactly.
Very quickly.
And also how we talk to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone are sinners in this case.
Yes.
We are very violent towards ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's very, very important to notice this.
Mm.
And the word should is one of the most violent words according to the book.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when we say to ourselves, I should have done that.
Mm-hmm.
I should have known.
Yeah. I'm so guilty.
All of us.
Yeah. I also say, like I apologize very often, and people think I don't mean it, and that's why I say it so often. But I do have the expectation to like make sure that everything's fine for everyone all the time. So I mean that when someone is saying, oh, now I have to get up again to do this. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Because I feel like I should have somehow managed that. And that is so stupid. And I'm really working hard on letting go of this because it's also stressful for the other person. They're like, what? Just chill. So yeah, I should say less should, I guess.
Yeah, should. And also about giving compliments to people. The author, his name is Marshall Rosenberg.
Mm-hmm.
Nonviolent Communication, great book. And he said that a woman came to him after one of his lectures, and she told him, "You changed my life."
Mm-hmm.
And he did not really understand her. So
Okay.
he asked her, "What do you mean? Did I change your life? Can you give me more value?" He said in different words. And when she actually explained how beneficial was the information that she received from him to her life and how it made her life better, then he could receive the full compliment from her.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something I would like all of us to practice more.
I see. Yeah, to really understand.
Yeah, if I give you a
Basically.
compliment, I would like to really tell you what is it about
Mm-hmm.
that I give you the compliment for.
Mm-hmm.
If I tell you you sing good,
So, how? Why? What do you mean with that?
if I tell you your voice is very soft and the way you approach the songs is very interesting for me,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel that you take me into a journey.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I also use the word why, which is supposed to be violent. No.
Yeah, I also used it a lot, but I try to change it as much as I can to what or how.
Sometimes it's also, can you tell me? Because sometimes we just can't.
Mm-hmm.
Or we don't want to talk about it, which is also fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the most violent for me is, I remember myself working somewhere as a teenager in my early 20s, and something did not work, and someone came to ask me, why it's not working?
Mm.
And it's like all the blame is on me all of a sudden,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel I have to protect myself and to defend it. If it will be, what about it doesn't work? Then I feel like, all right, now we're together in this.
I see, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like those really small details. And he also says that people that use more the violent communication, there are more countries and cultural groups who use it more than others.
Mm-hmm.
And there are more violent in those groups.
Interesting, okay.
Yeah, it's very, very good book. And the most, I think the craziest thing that he brings up from there is that he took people from different tribes in Africa, and they were really hating each other. And they had a lot of conflict that goes around for years. And he took them and he put the main people there, the head people, in a room, and they just start to solve slowly the problems.
Okay.
And they were just blaming each other. They were blaming each other. One tribe was blaming the other for killing them, killing their people. Another tribe, the tribe that was blamed the first tribe that they were over-controlling them. And they did not really understood each other because they did not understood what need those people have. And that's why they behave like they behave. So the people, the tribe that was controlling, they had a need to feel safe. That's what they were controlling.
I see.
And because they want this need to be met, the other tribe felt like they're not being defended as well, so they had to feel safe. And when both of them understood it, then there was no need to fight anymore.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's often like we just, sometimes we just listen to respond and not to understand. And I have to remind myself very often to like, no, you actually want to understand the person. And I'm very bad with like, I hold a grudge also for a long time against others. I will not forget what you did to me, and I will hold it against you. after years still.
I will hurt you.
And to then go back to like, okay, but why did this even happen? That's very, I mean, in the end, it also helps me because it's not it's not a good feeling to hold a grudge against someone. I don't want to feel angry. I don't want to be sad. I don't want to be disappointed. And therefore it can help to understand and to remind myself, hey, try to understand.
Yeah. If you understand what needs the other people have, the other person have, especially when they have, I don't know, maybe intense emotional reaction in any way, if we can understand what need they don't have at the moment that needs to be met, I think then we don't take it so personally. We don't resonate so much with this, and we are able to help them to feel more relaxed, because when someone feels seen, they feel relaxed.
Yeah, true. Oh, yeah, very important, feeling seen.
Yeah, and also when we communicate our needs, then it's easier for the people who listen to us to know what's going on inside of us.
Yeah, true.
And it makes it easier. The author, Marshall Rosenberg, he says that you need to think like you're Santa Claus, and every time you tell someone your needs, you give them a big gift.
Okay, great. Okay, I try to keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's really awesome book, especially when you work with people.
Which I do, basically. Speaking of working with people, should we go to doing music?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we can wrap it up. We're 1.5 hours in.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been really good conversation with you, Ella. Thank you very much.
You're the pro here. Thank you for hosting this.
Sound of the Pigeon Podcast.
Sound of the Pigeon Podcast.
Sound of the Pigeon Podcast.
Problem with the men who claim that back then they were only boys is that they don't understand how easy it's for them to use others like toys. Do they truly reflect on how their actions affect someone like me? Keeping on protecting each other, they neglect and fail to see. You are a part of it, always were and maybe always will be. Yes, you cosplay, always free to leave. And while I pick up my scattered pieces of my dignity, you're taking up all the space, leaving no more air for me to breathe. And then I close my eyes and I try to stay calm. I'm intending to stay, even though I'm not okay. And even though I am afraid. And my problem with the crowd is not that you're too loud, but that you enjoy the ones who came here to confess, but don't really address. No, they exploit, receiving the absolution and creating the illusion of being harmless. While stomping on the ground, and I can't escape the sound, it is hit in my chest. You are the part of it, always were and maybe always will be. Yes, you cause pain, always free to leave. And while I pick up the scattered pieces of my dignity, taking up all the space, leaving all my air for me to breathe. And then I close my eyes and I try to stay calm. I'm intending to stay, even though I am afraid. And even though I'm not okay, even though I am afraid, I'll wake up and I break down, putting on some makeup and my fake crown. You tell me to cheer up, I just want to drown. You don't need to hear that. Going for another round, another round. Suffocate the panic while muting all the pain. And don't be so dramatic while trying to stay sane. No, going numb just like a stone. Getting home, being alone, being alone must be better than that hell, from what I can tell. From what I can tell so far, so far. Stretching neck and back, still the same frown. And hearing a slight cry, come, don't make a sound. And following the tracks, I'm getting back into the town. So what comes next? No, I can't stand staying around. And so I suffocate the panic while muting all the pain. And don't be so dramatic while trying to stay sane. No, going up just like a song. I'm getting home, being alone, being alone must be better than that hell, from what I can tell. From what I can tell so far. The tension was so intense and the lights were so expressive. Yes, the void, it was so persuasive. In your arms, they were so possessive. Yes, your smile, it was so aggressive. My behavior was too obsessive, and this place is way too aggressive. And my thoughts are way too depressive now. My thoughts are way too depressive now. My thoughts are way too depressive now. My thoughts are way days I wake up only to break down, putting on some makeup, looking like a failing clown. I see you when we say goodbye. I'll find you when you're too tired to hide. One way or the other we will reunite. The only question left is to make up or to fight. To make up or to fight. Who would survive? To burn ourselves alive? Or will we be alright? You hear me when I start to cry. Let's leave it all behind. I tried to catch you, you caught me a liar. And in the end, now I don't even mind if we make up or if we fight, like we do every other night. Before I leave by the morning light, I still kiss you and say goodbye. Kiss you and say goodbye. I kiss you and say goodbye. I'll find you when you're too tired to hide, when you're too tired to fight, too tired to fight. Won't you give me one more ride, or just leave me here to die? And when the time arrives, will you be able to decide? Could you stay calm and kind, or will your anger turn you blind? One way or the other we will reunite. Not allowed to give a sign, not allowed to show that I'm alive. Little secret, nothing more, something you regret for sure. I'm nothing but a dirty thought. I'm your fear to get caught. just mute me, exclude me, pretend that I'm nothing. Go on now, shoot me, dispute me. I won't hold you back from anything. Don't you worry, I will hold my breath. Don't remember me, just forget. I'll become invisible, I know it's best. Nothing left to regret. So just mute me, exclude me, pretend that I'm nothing. Go on now, shoot me, dispute me. I won't hold you back from anything. See, I don't want anyone to be hurt, and I don't want you to be scared, and I can't stand this constant alert. To be fair, if I wouldn't exist, well, you would just use someone else. So go on, just mute me, exclude me, pretend that I'm nothing. Go on now, shoot me, dispute me. I won't hold you back from anything. And to be fair, if I wouldn't exist, well, you would just use something else.